Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy, boy. Now, this is the update we have always waited for, I think, for Swordsman VR. The Sandbox update. Now, this is a really interesting update. Unfortunately, the weird thing is when you look at the trailer that they released before this, was that they were fighting, was it 6 or 7 enemies at once? But I couldn't do that. At least not on Quest 2, where I'm playing now. Because the update is not out for PlayStation 4 yet. But anyway, I did look at some of the settings and such that you could do in the game, or in the sandbox mode, and yeah, it's quite fun. Well, it's interesting. And, but does it add anything really to the game? Well, of course it does add something significant to the game, but does it add anything to the end game, shall we say? Well, that's where we get into a bit of a meh area. I mean, being able to control gravity was quite fun, especially when I turned to 0 and started flying. Help! Help! Get me down! Not sure why I started flapping like a bird, but hey. Uh, Reducing the, or moving the world gravity to, well, something higher made me fall down again, so that's... I didn't fly off into the sun, at least. I couldn't even actually fly out of the arena area, but anyway, that was quite fun and unexpected. A little addition to the modifiers of the world. I'm looking very forward to see what else they can do with that. And as for the enemy, well, it's pretty basic. You could spawn up to 3 enemies and you choose which one you wanted. You can also spawn 2 bosses if you wanted to fight 2 of the same boss. Or 2 different bosses at the same time. Which would be quite the video to make, but that's something for the future. I didn't look too closely at that, namely because I haven't beaten all the bosses in the quest. Actually, when I started this, I hadn't even defeated any of the bosses. So I went out of the sandbox mode and then I sped through the Pirates, Knight, and Viking campaign, and got those 3 boss weapons at least, and bosses done. Now, I didn't actually use any of those boss weapons in the sandbox mode after that, because I was mainly interested in what can you do with the sandbox mode other than spawning weapons and such. You can also only spawn 2 weapons also, which is... it was a little bit of a disappointment. But, I mean, I'm not disappointed by the update. I'm so surprised it just dropped it like that. It just, was it 2 days before it was gonna be released? Like, here we go! This is what you've been waiting for, sandbox mode! Everyone is like, what? Where did this come from? I'm glad that they did that though, because otherwise we would have the same kind of thing that we saw with advanced combat, where we would be like, oh, it's coming, it's coming, it's coming. Ah, damn it. When it's gonna be released? When is the release date? When is the release date? And so on. And the whole advanced update dilemma with Swordsman VR was just... no, it just didn't go very well there. But anyway, I'm glad that they did it this way. They just dropped it. They worked on it, made it to what they wanted it to be, and then told us, here you go, this is the release date, and then it dropped. Done. Perfect. I'm hoping they will continue to do that, actually. Because, sure, we might wonder, when is the next update for the game? But it's coming. I mean, we know it's coming. So, well, here they are. Here they are again, releasing a new update for Swordsman VR. And yeah, I'm not gonna say it's the best update, but Ooh, the potential they have after this. I'm looking so much forward to see what they will do with this sandbox mode. For now, it's quite limited. Even modifiers didn't have all the modifiers, but I think that's because some of the modifiers are to the enemy. They are related to the enemy specifically, which makes it difficult to implement it like in real time. For example, making him invisible or only certain parts take damage. You could make the enemy invincible and yourself invincible if you wanted that. You couldn't make the AI passive though, which was actually something I would expect it to be able to do, because you spawn the enemy and then it's a passive one. But no, you couldn't make the enemy passive, which is too bad, but it might come, but no big deal. So limited, but the potential is limitless. I would say limitless. Yes, limitless. There are so many things they could add to this after later on. One kind of funny thing that I did discover while doing different things in Sandbox was that if you spawn enemies first and then you press clear all weapons, you will actually clear the weapons from both the ground and from the hands of the enemies. But, and here's the kicker, they will still attack as if they have weapons in their hands. Now this is a bug and they will probably fix this, but it was kind of funny this first time around. They swung their hands like if they had weapons in them, and I made myself not invincible just to see if they could damage me, like if the weapons had become invisible or something. But no, they only damaged me when they were pushing me, like with their shield that they did not have in their hands, but they pushed me with their hands, so that damaged me a little bit. But no weapons in their hands, no damage from that. It was quite funny, quite funny. Let's get on to something else that I found that was quite interesting. In the hub area,
tired.
if you go to the door that's next to the blacksmith shop, where you can buy weapons, there's a door, and there's text on the door that says "Coming soon." And you might wonder, what's coming soon? But there's a bolt. And when I say bolt, I mean crossbow bolt in the door. That's stuck in the door. You can't interact with a bolt in any way, but you can bang on the door if you want to do that. But yeah. And there's also arrowheads. No, not arrowheads. Arrows. Full arrows. Like leaning against the wall next to the door. So we have a small teaser there about that. We already knew about the ranged combat coming to the game. They teased that in like December, I think, or something like that. And now we have a little bit more of a teaser. At least that's what I think. Honestly, I haven't played Swordsman in a while, and those arrows could have been there for a while, but they're new to me at least, and I'm very intrigued about what they might do with that room. If it's gonna be like a targeting range, maybe. Could be some kind of training area. We can go in, equip any weapon you want, or any weapon that you have bought, and you can use it to practice with or test different things with it. That would be good, because practicing with a bow and arrow in the heat of battle, that never works. That never works. Never ends well for the user. But, oof, yeah, good update. Limited, but good. I'm looking very much forward to what Sin Studio will do next with this big potential they have here. Well, what do you guys think about that update? Put your thoughts down in the comments. I've been Scrippy92, have a great life, and I hope to see you in future videos. Bye bye.